combat that and hopefully mabawasan sila ng extra kahit na
Patatas Origins TV.
Hello mga kapatatas. Okay, so I haven't really looked at the updates since it came out. I waited for all the updates, or not the updates, but rather supposedly the release of the new cards to come out before I made this video, because I was also curious to see what the other cards will be for the upcoming season. But ang masasabi ko lang is it's a mess right now. The game is, looking at it, it looks so unbalanced right now. It looks super unbalanced, I'm telling you. Just take this for example. Yung Reptile class before, even from season 0 and season 1, they were already overpowered. And then they fixed something in the shields. As I can, if I can remember, no, yung Indian Star tsaka yung Scaly Spoon, pinagsak nila yung shield from 70, I believe. They nerfed it down to 65, and then yung reflect damage niya from 50% nung shield will be reflected as damage to the enemy, and they reduced it down to 40%. Now I really think that was a very good move, because naging mas manageable and hindi yung bang kaya mo nang talunin yung Reptile class, yung mga hide and shitters na tinatawag ko, no? But then, ngayon ni-reveal nila yung cards ng Season 2. I'm very disappointed. I'm really, really disappointed at the developers for doing this. Kasi, ginawa nilang overpowered na naman. And even worse this time around, no? Let's start with the Toothless Bite. Before, ang condition ng Toothless Bite was when you use it, you attack the furthest enemy. And now, ginawa nilang target the closest or the furthest enemy, right? Another bad thing I'm seeing is the Kotaro Shuriken. It's one of my most hated. If you've been watching my videos, it's one of my most hated attacks because it's so unfair. It's so unfair. Like, there's no kumbaga walang repercussion dun sa attacker. Like, if you will see the other energy giving attacks, no, which basically yung mga attacks na magbibigay sa iyo ng extra energy, or even say mga cards na magbibigay sa iyo ng extra energy fragment, yung Kotaro Shuriken, ang natatangi niyang condition is you will get in season 1, you will get an extra energy fragment kung mayroon siyang tatamaan na dalawang magkaibang target. Okay? You need to hit 2 different targets to get 1 extra energy. And that's already bad enough as it is, right? And yet, for season 2, take a look at this. Take a look at this. Deal 2 hits to random enemies, gain 1 energy fragment per unique enemy hit. Now, this is very, very unfair. Kasi, now, you are, kung sino man yung gumagamit ito, is guaranteed at least 1 extra energy, right? And then, pag dalawang tinamaan, magkakaroon siya ng 2 extra na energy fragment. Now, what's so bad about that if that's not the worst yet? Ang mas masama doon, and why I say it's becoming even more overpowered, is because pag nag-gain siya ng 2 extra energy, even with just 1 extra energy, that means mas mabilis niyang maabot yung energy burst, no? Yung next energy burst. which I find it really unfair. So tinanggalan na nila nung condition na you have to hit 2 different targets, bagkus dinagdagan pa nila, no? So I think that's a really bad call from the developers. Really bad. So hindi lang yun, ano? Another is the bone sale. Bone sale before, okay, pag tinamaan ka, then you draw 1 extra card. Alright? And that's it. And that's fine. Ngayon, what bone sale does is i-reflect niya yung debuff, right? So why would I say that's unfair? You know, it's just reflecting a debuff. Here's the thing. Kung ang team mo, no, yung meta mo or whatever you wanna call it, kung ang meta mo is, let's say for example, yung gamit ko is yung birdie, pag alam kong merong shield siya, and the usual type na makikita mo merong mga ganito is yung mga hide and shitter, no? Na walang ginawa kundi mag-shield ng mag-shield, right? So, kung meron silang shield, one way for me to combat that and hopefully mabawasan sila ng extra kahit na shield sila ng shield is pag meron akong something na let's say yung Cupid's arrow, right? So pag itinira ko yung Cupid's arrow, magkakaroon sila ng bleed. But now, kung meron siyang bone sale, pag tinira ko yung Cupid's arrow, babalik sa akin yung bleed, right? So may depensa na siya, may depensa pa siya laban sa debuff na ilalagay mo, which like I said, it will make it more unfair. Okay, let's move on. One more. Yung Indian Star. Ito yung sinabi ko kanina, no? So, season 1, na-realize nila na, oh shit, masyadong overpowered yung Indian Star kasi 70 yung shield mo and then 50% yung damage mo. So, binaba nila ng konting-konti, binaba nila yung shield to 65 and then yung reflect damage to 40. But take a look at this. Ngayon, inakyat na naman nila, right? So, ilagay nila ng 70 ulit and 50 ulit yung damage ng shield. And let's read kung ano yung sabi niya kasi may binago sila rito, which I really think it's really even more unfair. So, target any ally, limit 1. So at least that's a good thing. I'm not sure kung that's a good thing. What I'm interpreting is, kunwari, kung meron kang, let's say, hide and shitter yung Axie mo, and let's say, dalawa sa kanila may Indian Star at lumabas yung Indian Star ng sabay, is isa lang doon ang pwede mong i-apply. Let's say sa frontliner, isa lang pwede mong i-apply sa kanya na Indian Star and then hindi mo na pwede lagyan ng Indian Star ulit kasi in the previous iteration ng game or season 1 ng game, dinodoble nila, no? So, it's either magkapatong yung Indian Star or magkapatong yung Scaly Spoon or yung Indian Star and Scaly Spoon or Scaly Spoon and Indian Star. However, what combination? And you end up with double the so instead na 40% reflect damage, 80% reflect damage ngayon na nangyayari sa'yo, right? Which is very unfair. Now, itong isa, binalik nila, no? So hopefully, yun yung tama yung pagkakaintindi ko sa limit 1 wherein hindi mo pwedeng lagyan ng dalawang Indian Star yung isang Axie kung meron na siyang isang Indian Star. Kumbaga hindi mo na pwedeng patungan yun. But I could be wrong. Okay, so sabi, next turn, whenever hit by an opponent, the target reflects 50% of shield loss. So binalik nila yung 50% up again from 40%. And then whenever played, increase the reflect percentage by 15%. So it's not enough na inangat nila yung reflect to 50%. Whenever played, madadagdagan pa ng 15%. So every time na ginagamit niya itong card na to, it's going to move up. So 50% sa unang application, kung lumabas at ni-reapply niya ulit, so ngayon 65% na, and that's a big jump. That's no joke, that's a big jump. That's really overpowered, right? And then you have a cap at 100%, right? So ibig sabihin, meron na siyang shield, mababawasan pa yung attacker, no? So it's very unfair. It's very unfair. It's very unbalanced. Okay, and then here again, meron na naman siya. Okay, let's say binaba nila ito to 40, right? Kasi dati 80 ito eh, itong red ear na ito. So binaba nila sa 40 yung shield. However, ang condition niya binago nila. Dati I believe walang exact, there's no condition or extra effect itong shield na ito other than mataas yung defense, no? I could be wrong, but that's what I remember. Ngayon, ang sinasabi niya, next time your opponent uses keep, gain 2 energy fragments. So again, very favorable sa reptile class or hide and shitter class, kasi ano ang tactic mo? Ano ang pwede mong gawing tactic kung nahaharap ka sa isang reflect damage na Axie, right? Other than i-keep mo yung cards mo, hawakan mo yung cards mo. Pero ngayon, dahil dito sa isang to, whenever your opponent uses keep, you gain 2 energy fragments. So ibig sabihin, let's say nagsisimula sa, or sabihin na natin, nasa as a standard nasa 3 energy fragments per turn. So naglagay siya ng shield, inubos niya, let's say 3 energy fragments niya, inubos niya sa shield kasi shitty game ang play niya eh, right? And yun ang usually makikita mo sa mga ganitong class players. So ngayon, it's not sensible to attack them, right? Kasi your attack is not gonna go through, and if it's even worse kung meron siyang Indian star, then yung attack mo hindi na pumasok, na damage ka pa, right? Ngayon, if you choose to keep it, lugi ka kasi magkakaroon siya ng 2 energy fragments. So, the next turn, instead na 3 yung energy fragments niya, meron siyang extrang 2. And on top of that, kung meron siyang Kotaro Shuriken, which is not unusual to find for these hide and shitters, no? Well, shit. Ilan energy ang magagamit niya para punuin agad yung kanyang energy burst, right? So you see what I'm saying? Okay, moving on yung Croc. Croc, again, in-overpower na naman nila. Target any ally. Next time an enemy uses a skill card or secret card, apply bleed for 4 turns to that Axie. So this is something new sa mechanics, Kasi before, during Season 1 or even Season 0, walang ganito. But now, this is what I'm seeing with this new set of cards. This rule na, how do you say that? Merong floating effect. I say floating effect kasi usually yung mga previous nung mga previous season, wala itong mga floating effect na ito. It's either dahil umatake ka, kaya ka nagkaroon ng ganitong status. Let's say yung leak or not leak, I forgot the name, but anyway, it's a type of shield, plant shield, na kapag nilagay mo sa'yo and then inatake ka, magkakaroon ng fear yung umatake na Axie. But this time around, meron silang ganitong mga floating mga floating effect wherein you don't even need to attack this Axie, but rather basta kung sino man sa Axie mo ang gumamit ng skill card or secret card, let's say nag-apply ka ng shield, magkakaroon siya ng bleed for nothing. What the hell is that? Right? I don't know. I don't know, really. Okay, so again, yung spike, scaly spear. So dati this is I believe this was a ramp damage type of card. Now it's different. Meron ng pa-spike. Okay? Now the spike is different from a blood spike. Okay? We will see that later on. Okay? See, this Axie gains 1 spike, gain 1 bonus spike for each other spear card in your deck. So, ibig sabihin, kung ilan yung scaly spear mo, right? Just for that being in your deck, not even in your hand, okay? Not even in your hand, you are going to gain a bonus spike, right? So, ang bilis mag-ramp up. You know, do you realize? Ang bilis mag-ramp up. And makikita natin later kung ano yung effect nitong spike, which again, it's so overpowered. Okay, Scaly Spoon binago nila. Target any ally next turn. If the target shield is broken by an opponent, dispel the attacker 2 times. Okay? And that's fine. I think that's fair, and I think okay lang na ginawa nilang panibagong adjustment dito. Kasi yung karamihan ng mga reflect type na yun lagi ang magkasama, yung Scaly Spoon at saka yung Indian Star. And it's really bad. It's really, really bad. Okay? Alright. Okay, let's take a look at the others. No? Let's take a look at the others. Attacks itself, taunt, turns. Okay. Here, this one here. Itong dalawang ito. I mean, there's not too many people using, I haven't really come across too many people using Snake Jar. But, before yung Snake Jar, it's like yung isang shield. I think yung Hermit. Basically, yung unang attack mo dun sa Snake Jar, kung inactivate niya yung Snake Jar, negated yung attack mo, like 0. Okay? Ngayon, meron siyang target any allied Axie if the target has less than 200 HP, apply Snake Jar. So, my condition, but you can see here, cannot be dispelled if this unit doesn't die in 6 turns, deal 100 damage to all enemies. Take note, to all enemies. Okay? So, bakit masama ito? Like I said, ang karamihan ng gumagamit ng mga reptile ay mga hide and shit. So, ang situation na mangyari, plus this is a heal. Take note, this is a heal card. Okay? So, let's say 199 supposedly. Then nilagyan niya ng Snake Jar ng heal. So mag-activate yung Snake Jar effect. Lagyan na heal, lalagyan niya ng shield. Ilang shield ang ipapatong niya. Kung may Kotaro Shuriken siya, makakagain siya ng 1 extra energy fragment or maybe even 2. at worst. So, ano mangyayari? Right? Dadagdagan niya ng shield. So, it's not impossible to say, no, na aabutin niya ito in 6 turns. Like I said, kung hide and shitter ang kalaban mo, and plus, yung mga nakapatong na bagong conditions, it just makes it so much worse. Right? It makes it so much worse. Okay? And then lastly, itong grass snake. I mean, the rest, okay, they're fine. They're not so bad, right? This one is also pretty bad. Okay? And makikita mo ito laging may ganito yung mga common mo ito makikita sa mga poison dealers, right? And like I said, yung mga poison dealers, they're already overpowered because of that. Now, itong grass snake, binago rin nila ito. Target any enemy, limit 1, increase the number of poison stacks on the target by 50%. So, if you can just imagine, overpowered na ang poison dealers, tapos kung meron pa siyang grass snake, let's say, yung poison na nakapatong sa'yo, no, is, let's say, 15, or sabihin na natin 10 na lang to make the math faster. So, it increases the number of poison by 50%. So, 50% ng 10 is 5. So, 15. Mataas yun. Kasi bawat isang poison, it deals 3 damage. So, 5, 10, 15. 15 damage ang madadagdag sa'yo in the next turn. And then, ang matatanggal lang doon is isa. Okay? So, let's move down. Like I said, dinagdagan pa nila ang imbalance. Napakalakas na ng poison team. Before, it was only cap at 30. No? 30. 369. That's 369. That's 90 damage. Right? By the time na umabot ng 90 damage, usually, tapos na yung game. Right? Now, ang ginawa pa nila, and plus, take note, yung poison damage, hindi siya naapektuhan ng ibang characteristics. Let's say, for example, yung runes na pangolin scale, lahat ng any other damage, pati yung bloodlust, binabagsak niya yung damage kasi ang condition ng pangolin scale is reduce damage by 15%. Pero pag poison ang damage mo, it doesn't touch it. It doesn't touch it. So, yung buong, let's say 90, no? 30 poison stacks ka na, 90, 369, right? 3 times 30, 369, 90. So, imbis na mabawasan nyo ng 15%, wala. Tatanggapin pa rin ng Axie yung buong 15%. And plus, hindi rin yung poison damage, hindi rin siya nasasangga ng shield. Right? And now, ang ginawa nila, tinaas pa nila yung cap to 40. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Now, let's take a look at the spike. Ito, bago itong dalawang ito, pautot. So, spike when hit, consume 1 stack to reflect 5 damage and then gain 5 blood spike. Cap at 10. Okay? So yung spike na yon, di ba? Nag-iipon ka ng spike. Doon, I think there's a couple or maybe 3. Ito, gain 2 spike, gain 1 spike, another gain bonus 1 spike for each spear card na, you know, and then ito, you deal 1 bonus damage per spike, no, or blood spike, right? So you get 5 damage. Imagine kung gaano kabilis magi-stack up yung spike na yan, right? And not only that, gain 5 blood spike. So do you realize what that means? When hit, you consume 1 stack to reflect. So hindi lang nila gagamitin ang attack using this one here, itong tri-spike na ito, but pag inatake ka, magre-reflect ka rin ng 5 damage, right? And then hindi lang yun, you also gain 5 blood spike. If you remember, etong tri-spikes, it deals 1 bonus damage per spike or blood spike. So gaano kabilis magi-stack ang iyong blood spike with this one, right? And if you read through blood spike, it cannot be dispelled, so hindi matatanggal ng dispel yun. When this unit dies, you deal pure damage equal to number of blood spikes stacked to all enemies. So kung ilan man yun, and the bad thing is, walang cap. Walang limit, walang cap. Kung makaipon ka ng 50 spikes, then you deal that damage to all enemies. It's pure damage. It's not even blockable by a shield. It's pure damage, right? To all enemies, right? Now, if you couple that with this, right? 1 damage for blood spike, 50, right? 50. And the thing is, it doesn't say it's consuming the spike or the blood spike. So every time na pumapatong yun, dumadagdag lang ng dumadagdag yung damage niya. That's why I'm saying, and I'm telling you now, this class is overpowered. Overpowered. Anyway, if you made it this far, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Do you think I am wrong sa aking interpretation? And with what I'm saying na the Reptile class is even more overpowered in the upcoming season, right? Now, if you're a Reptile user, of course, sasabihin mong hindi. Kasi pabor sa'yo yan right? But if you are a good Reptile user and you're looking at things objectively, no? Yeah, tell me what you think. If you're not a Reptile user, tell me what you think. Okay. This video has gone quite long for now. There are other classes that I'd like to cover in the next few days, maybe until next week. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, as a preview, I think ni-nerf nila ng sobra-sobra yung bird class at saka yung plant class, lalo na yung plant class. We will cover that next time in another video. Alright, so I guess habang wala pa ang season 2 at hindi pa binabago ang mga mechanics, I guess we'll just enjoy the remaining times that we have, and I'll see you in the next battle. Alright, bye bye.